Mrs. Diki Asawo. I'll be taking you on the subject economics. And for today, we'll be looking at the theme, Principles of Economics, and the topic, Basic Tools of Economic Analysis, Part 2. Economics as a science uses quantitative techniques to observe and analyze economic situations. And one of such tools is measures of central tendency. A measure of central tendency is a single value that tries to describe the central point of a given set of data in an observation. And these measures include the mean, the median, and mode. What is mean? Mean simply means average. This can be calculated easily by adding all the scores in an observation and dividing by the number of observations. Now, mean can be grouped or ungrouped data. The formula for ungrouped data is x bar equals sigma x over n. X bar represents the mean. Sigma means summation. Or simply addition. X represents the scores. And N means the number of scores or observations. For grouped data, we have x bar equals sigma fx over sigma f. Let's take a typical example. If the scores of 5 students in a test are 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, to calculate the mean, simply add up all the scores, divide it by the number of observations, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 observations. So the addition of all scores will give us 150 divided by 5, which will give us 30. Let's take another example, a case where we have frequencies. This is a typical example. Now we have scores of 55, 65, 75, 80, 90 as the case may be, and we have 4 students scoring this, 4 students scoring this, 6 down to the last. Now to get quickly, our formula is sigma fx over sigma f. Now to get the values for our fx, you simply multiply your scores, which represent your x, by your frequency. To do that, you get this 55 times 4, you get this down to this point. Now the total of this is 1,420, and the total of our f is 20. So to apply the formula, we have 1,420 divided by 20, which will give us 71. So the mean score for this example is 71. Quickly, let's look at another case. We have the case of grouped data. The scores are in groups 0 to 19, 40 to 59, down to 100. Now, quickly, to do this calculation, let's bring down our formula again. Okay, now, because our scores are in ranges, we need to get our midpoint. We need to get our midpoint. To do that quickly, you add up your lower boundary, which are these scores. So for each case, you add up your lower boundary to your upper boundary and divide by 2. Let's take the first case there. Add up 0 plus 19 divided by 2. This will give us 9.5. Now, by the time you do for all cases down, you get your total. Our total here is 4,662.5, while our frequency is equal to 100. So to apply the formula, we have 4,662.5 divided by 100. This will give us 46.625. Let's look at the median. The median simply means the middle value. Now, to do this, the values should be arranged in either ascending or descending order. Let's take a typical case. We have a set of numbers here. Now, when arranged in ascending order, we have this, or in descending order, we have this. A quicker way to do this is by eliminating from both sides to get the middle value. So if I do this down to this point, my middle value is 13. So my median is 13. Now, but this is applicable when you have odd sets of observations, odd like 3, 5, 7 as the case may be. Here we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 observation. Let's look at a typical case where we have even sets of observation. Now, an example like this, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We have 6 observations. Now, if you try to eliminate, we have 2 values. Now, how do we get the median? To get the median, you add up the 2 middle values and divide by 2. So 30 plus 40 divided by 2 will give us 70 over 2, which will give us 35. So the median in this case is 35. Let's take a typical example. We are given the ages of workers and the number of workers that fall in each category. Now, let's quickly write down our formula. Okay. Now, to proceed in plugging in our values into this formula, there are some basic things that we need to know. The lower class boundary of the median class. We also need to know the median class. We need to know the class size. We need to know how to calculate the cumulative frequency. Okay, so first of all, we need to know the median class. A simpler way of doing this is try to get the total value of the frequency and divide it by 2. So all of these will sum up to 18. Now 18 divided by 2 is 9. Now what this means is that the median class will fall in here. This is because 3 plus 5 will give us 8, not up to the median class. So the 9th should be in here. Now another thing we need to calculate quickly is the cumulative frequency. Now to do this, you add previous to the number or to the frequency above. So you have your 3, 5 plus 3 will give you 8. So to get for the next one, 8 plus 4 will give you 12. Down to this point, 6 plus 12 will give us 18. So we've gotten our cumulative frequency. Now the class size of the class interval is the size between the ages. So from 30 to 49 is 20. from ages 50 to 69 is 20 down to the last. Okay, let's start putting in our values. So our BL means the lower class boundary of the median class. Now this is our median class. Our lower class boundary is 70. So we have 70 plus, we have 18 as number of observation divided by 2 minus the cumulative frequency of the class before the median class. This is the cumulative frequency of the median class. Now the class before the median class is 8. Our class size as established is 20 all over the frequency of the median class. This is the frequency of the median class, which is 4. So we have 70 plus 18 divided by 2 is 9 minus 8 over 4. 9 minus 8 is 1. So we have 70 plus 1. Our class interval 24. 20 times 1 is 20. Divided by 4 is 5. So our median is equal to 75. So 75 is in here. Age 75 fall in our median class. Quickly, let's take a look at mode. Mode is the value that appears the most, that is repeated more often than any other number. Let's take a typical case. Looking at the following set of numbers, 12, 13, 12, 14, 11, 12, and 14. Also, to calculate the mode, you need to arrange your scores or your numbers in either ascending or descending order. We have our scores arranged in ascending order. So we have 11, 12, 12, 12, 13, 14, 15. By mere inspection, our mode is 12. This is because mode appeared the most. It is the number that is repeated more often than any other number in this distribution. So our mode is 12. In summary, we're saying mean simply means average, and you can easily calculate this by adding all the scores in your observation, divide by the number of observation, and it could be either grouped data or on groups. Median, on the other hand, is the middle value, and to calculate this, also arrange your numbers in ascending or descending order. And the mode is the value or number that is repeated more often than any other number in the observation. This will be all on this lesson. Thank you.